Hey guys, EBPMAN here. Now in today's video we're taking a look at robot cleaning technology for your home. We're talking about those robotic vacuums and mop solutions that are right now appearing everywhere. And it's really difficult for you to pick which is the right one for me. Now, there's a lot of well-known brands on the market, and today we're going to take a look at one of the most recognized brands on the channel. This is iRobot. And we're going to compare this to a lesser known brand. We're going to look at the quality. We're going to see which one gives you the most value. We're going to take a look at today the Yeedi vac. This is a robotic vac that also mops, and compare it to the iRobot i3 Plus. Let's get right to it. Now the very first thing that we're going to consider are the specs before we go into the overall experience. And I have to ask you, stick around for the full experience because you'd be surprised which one comes on top. So first of all, from a vacuum perspective, right? These are vacs. You're looking at 3000 PA. The suction power of the Yeedi is at 3000 PA compared to the iRobot 3 Plus, which is anywhere from 1800, and it's an estimated 1800 from a suction perspective, 1800 PA. Now in addition to that, the runtime is also a little bit different. You're looking at 200 minutes for one and 90 minutes for the other. So the Yeedi has 200 minutes and the iRobot 3 Plus has only 90. Now each of these robots have different mapping technology, so they're able to navigate your home either by touch as they're going around your home or by using some really cool technology, some visual technology, almost like 3D mapping. And as we take a look at both of these vacuums, the Yeedi solution does have this visual slam mapping technology that just allows it to see your home and navigate like if it was a GPS throughout your entire house, and it's going to map your house. Now the benefit of that mapping technology is that as it maps your home, you do have the ability to then create specific zones and identify places that you want to clean. Now as we take a look at the iRobot i3 Plus, not so much. This is still using not this visual technology, and as you'll see it running, it tends to do the bump and move kind of thing. So the result of these two things is that I notice is that the actual Yeedi vac is able to cover much more square footage in the house much faster. And when I look at the iRobot, not so much. Now one other area that's a huge difference for me especially, and I'm sure for you, is that the Yeedi vac is actually a vac that also mops at the same time. So it does have a reservoir where you can put some water in it, and it has like a microfiber towel that as it's laying down the liquid, it is also vacuuming at the same time. So it vacuums and cleans up, and then right behind it and behind the unit, you see the actual mat itself that's using to clean things up. That's a massive benefit because you're able to vac and mop at the same time. The iRobot i3 Plus unfortunately doesn't have that. Now if you live in a home that has mixed surfaces, so we're talking about hardwood floors, ceramic, and then also carpet, rest assured, especially with the Yeedi has carpet detection technology so that it will not wet your carpet as it goes over it. And also when it detects the carpet, it increases the suction capability because it detects that it's in a new surface or a surface that has maybe a deeper cleaning need. So it's going to automatically increase the suction. Now, when we look at the iRobot 3 Plus, it doesn't have that tech, right? It has no mopping technology. It's a pure vacuum, but it also doesn't have any increased suction when it runs on your carpet. Now both of these vacs have self-emptying technology, and I love this because I have several vacs that we reviewed on the channel that don't have this self-emptying technology, and they just fill up, and frankly I just don't empty them out. And I don't use them that much because of that. These are pretty cool. They both will go back into their station. They will both suck up whatever's inside of the actual cleaning bin and empty it for you. The neat thing about this is that each one of these bags is going to give you around 30 days of storage of just dust and debris that it picks up, and you don't have to touch this. You can just let it run, and both of these have sensors that will tell you that it's time to clean out the bag. So it gives you super peace of mind. Now one other thing I wanted to mention for those of you who are pet owners, the actual self-cleaning system for these vacuums can drive your pets crazy. So I have 3 Pomeranians in the house, and I'll tell you, they go nuts when they hear the iRobot. The iRobot i3 Plus is incredibly loud. Take a look at this action right here, and you can hear and see how loud it goes. Let's check it out. Now, as you compare it to the Yeedi, the decibel levels are lower, and our dogs don't get that excited. Check this one out. Now, one other thing that I noticed between the two robots is that even though they both have similar features when it comes to self-emptying technology, they do operate very differently when they clean. Now, this isn't really focusing on the area where it's sucking up dust or, pet hair or anything else that's picking up through your home. It's really about which one can clean more space faster. And what I found that because the Yeedi has that that visual mapping technology, it actually covers more square footage than the iRobot does. Now, one obvious feature that the iRobot does not have, and I actually prefer in the Yeedi, is the fact that you have the mopping tech. And the mopping tech does a really good job. And for those of you who have hardwood floors, you know that when you mop the hardwood floor, you want to make sure that you're streak-free. You want to make sure that you don't have any kind of spots on your floor. And what I really like about this solution is that it does a great job and everything is spot-free. Now, as we take a closer look at the Yeedi vac, that has a power button on top, has a sensor here at the very top as well. And then as you open it up, you do have an area where you can turn on the unit itself. That's the main power. A QR code that you use with during pairing. A little cleaning tool that you're going to use to clean the actual rollers themselves. And then as you can see here, right in front, you have the area that you have the container itself that contains all the dust that it's picking up. But the cool thing about this is that you probably won't be removing this at all because it's going to just auto clean. Now, it does have a filter, and that's the filter area that you'll be able to swap out. It's like a HEPA filter that's going to keep dust from being lifted as it's vacuuming. Now, also you'll find in the bottom the water reservoir. This is what you're going to be using to fill up the robot when you want to be able to have the mopping combination with the actual vacuuming combination. Now, one of the things I'd advise is make sure that you empty this out. You don't want to leave stale water. I typically empty it out after every use. Now, on the bottom of the robot, you're going to see the actual rollers that pick up all of the debris on your floor, as well as the contact points that allow you to charge the unit. Really easy to open up and clean, as well as put back. Now, the iRobot i3 does not have a compartment that opens, so all the controls are at the top. So you have your home button, your power button, and it doesn't have all the sensors that the other unit has. Now, as you flip it over, you'll notice that the area that sucks up all the debris is probably one of the coolest ones that I've seen to date. It actually is not using just one continuous roller, but actually two that's kind of like grinding things in and sucking it into the actual robot itself. Now, the last thing we're going to talk about is the app itself. And both have iOS and Android apps that work really well. And they're focused to the full suite of robots within each one of these brands. The Yeedi, though, has a bit more, I would say, functionality in it because it has the mopping technology and then it also has that mapping technology. But both of these are going to be able to allow you to control either in your home or away from your home the robots. So guys, that concludes our comparison review between the iRobot and the Yeedi vac. For me, the fact that the Yeedi vac runs quieter, literally as it's running, it's much quieter. The fact that the vacuuming system, as it sucks up all of the dust, is also quieter. It has that mapping technology, which means it's going to cover the area of your home much faster. And also the fact that it has a mop and vacuum combo means that that's my choice. See you in the next one.